I got $0. I was living at home with 1 million followers, broke, having a song being used.
That was Jayo, and the song he's talking about, it's about guacamole.
Came up with the idea while I was in Chipotle. I was like, why isn't there a guacamole theme song?
He actually DM'd Chipotle, and they negotiated a 6-figure deal. And then the pandemic hit. They asked to pull the budget, and his manager at the time recommended that he just give them the song for free. For f***ing free! That was the last time anyone got Jayo for free.
I live off content and brand deals more than music. It's actually really hard to make money off music.
Fast forward 5 years after the Chipotle fiasco, he's got 35 million streams on a song, 750,000 monthly listeners, a publishing deal, a debut album on the way, and headlining shows outside of his own city. And the part y'all aren't gonna like, all of it was built on content. One of the best examples is a system he invented for selling tickets to his shows, and it lives in his comment section. It's called Need It, Got It.
Like, all right, we're gonna have people comment need it if they need a ticket and got it if they want to sponsor a ticket.
$2,500 of sponsored tickets in the room. And everyone who needed one got one. And that song I mentioned earlier that has 35 million streams, he says it could not have happened without a content series around basketball that he started 2 months earlier.
Can I target them in a way that's entertaining? I was like, let me target music fans through like something else I'm good at, basketball.
So in this episode, he breaks it all down: the content series, the brand deals, the ticketing systems, everything that the content engine feeds into real revenue for artists. And the biggest takeaway from this episode that I really want to land for y'all, he doesn't see himself as a musician who makes content. He extends his creativity into the whole package.
You know, I believe we're all built to be creative. Why limit that to one thing?
This man just dropped a collaboration with Sprite. He just announced a brand new publishing deal. He's going on tour. He just dropped his debut album. We got fucking Jayo on the podcast.
Jayo on the pod, baby.
Holy shit.
Let's go.
There's so much stuff happening in the world of Jayo right now. It's kind of overwhelming. I didn't really know what to... I'm like, do we talk about the publishing deal?
All of it,
probably. But when I thought about the world of Jayo, I did feel like everything kind of comes back to the like insane content engine.
Don't say the C word. The C word.
Don't say
dude.
the fucking. I love content, Henry, and so does Jayo, and that's why we got him on the podcast to talk about basically like how you've built a content machine that's really pulling different levers for your career. Okay, because you know a lot of people treat content for discovery and like that's great, but I think you've done a really good job of monetizing content creation in a lot of different ways, right? Like I said, whether it's brand deals, whether it's discovery that does turn into streaming revenue, whether it's using it to like creatively sell tickets, you're just a beast at this shit, man. So really, really excited to have you on the podcast, man. Thank you for joining us.
I just want to say you're one of the people that has figured out, music is such a creative thing. We get so creative in figuring out how we want to express ourselves in audio form, but it's like, we don't have to limit that to music. Some people just refuse to get creative on the business side. And I think you have this creative side that you've been able to apply not only in the art, but now to the business. And that's why it's paying off. So again, shout out.
All right. Thank you. Thank you guys so much.
Yeah,
Lovely
man.
intro.
Yeah, man. So
I mean, I definitely love to be as creative as I can be. I believe we're all built to be creative. We're all made in the image of the creator. So in my perspective, it's just like, why limit that to one thing? And sometimes creativity just starts at combining two things someone's never combined before. So I just find new ways to market and do something.
Yeah, like to the outside looking in, right? Like it seems like you enjoy content creation just because of, again, like how well done all the pieces of content are. Like, is that true? Or are you like every fucking other artist out there that like hates content and you just so happen to like put in the work and do it?
It's funny you say that. It's kind of like, it's like kind of like both true and untrue at the same time. Like I part of me is like, damn, if I could be Frank Ocean, I would love to. But the other part of me is like, okay, if I'm going to Frank there, I want it to be dope. Like, I want it to be amazing. So it's like, and it's funny because like I kind of have that bad habit of like not being the person to just film my life. And people tell me all the time, your life's so interesting, you need to post it. And I'm like, well, before I used to believe it wasn't that interesting. Now I realized, it actually is interesting. Like I'm going through like 20 million things a day.
Yeah.
But I still haven't flipped on that switch like, let me film this, So like all my content that you see is very like performance stuff and like stuff that's thought through, scripted. It's not very like fly on the wall type stuff. So yeah, I mean, I do love creating dope stuff. I love creating dope things. Do I love making content to the point where I'm just filming my whole life? Not really. I wish I did, and I hope to eventually get there. I'm trying to like set systems in place, but yeah, in general, I just love making some dope things that are going to make people react, to make people feel things, to make people move. So
I think that at every point, an artist needs to find when they've reached a level, whether that's like financial level or just whatever comfort, where they can hire a homie to just follow them around all day with a camera. I really do think like, because most people don't want to just remember to film themselves all day, but it is like priceless exercise to do. So if you can just find a person that you don't hate being around all the time and give them something to just be around, hang out, buy them a pizza and, and film you. That's high leverage.
I mean, yeah, we're seeing that more and more, especially with like people's fan pages or like Somber having like the page that follows him around.
Crushing.
And like there's different strategies like that are like, someone just following you around. And it's nice. I wish I had the budget for it, but we'll go, maybe soon. So we'll see.
Yeah. So, we did an episode with Patrick Stafford, right? The episode was how to make a shit ton of content to promote your music, right? And shitload of content.
Yeah, not shitload.
Shitload. Okay. Yeah. Thanks for the clarification,
sure.
Henry. You're one of the artists that he has worked closely with. And so, we kind of got his take on how to create a ton of content in a short amount of time, right? From his lens, like he's a content strategist, world builder, like creative director, wears many hats. You're obviously the artist side of things here. So would love to know what an experience is like working with Stafford on like high output content creation.
But with the quality bar still there.
Yeah. I mean, it's great. He definitely is very, very high functioning and like very organized and a very like scheduled man. So like definitely love working with him because, even if it's a matter of me meeting with other creators all in one area and we're all just like getting bits of our pieces together, it's like this man's very efficient, knows what to do, color's great, gets high efficiency. And then we worked on like solo projects too. And even like then it's like, he definitely, when we work together, he knows like I care more about the intentional content than I do about like performance shots. But we've gotten a bunch of performance shots, and for me personally, in my page, I think because I built my audience off of like the more intentional content and stuff like that, it's going to be harder for me to grow people into the just like liking the performance shots. So I'm starting to feed it in, and like I have a bunch of videos from Stafford where I'm doing that now, trying to do it in between. But I think for a beginning artist, especially if you grew your audience off of just performance shots, you're golden. Like that's great. Like if people truly love your music, and I feel like for some people like me, where it's like people like my music, but some people love the video editing more than the music, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, if you can really genuinely get like your performance shots to start performing well on every single time you do it, that's great. And I think that Stafford approach is great, especially for new artists coming out or even established artists that have familiar songs or whatever. It's like you really just let the music speak for itself when you do that. So
yeah, I'm curious how you like quantify those buckets. So when you say intentional content, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
So you're kind of putting like the performance content, right? Which is just more like the lip sync kind of videos, performing the song in a place, which I guess is what Stafford does most of, versus the intentional content. Like break that down for people. So, because it seems like that's what you specialize in.
I would say the intentional for me is more like just like we're thinking of a hook. We're thinking of like, how we're structuring stuff, and it's not necessarily just about like how cool it looks. It's like, how are we gonna hook people in, keep their attention, and trim it up, which takes longer time. You can't really like spam those, And I've done some of those with Stafford. It's like, it's gonna take a little more time when you're being intentional than just like being like, okay, let's play the song 5 times in this one spot, different position bodies, and like move, So yeah, I mean, I think like those videos have just worked well for me. I was kind of one of the first artists to really like do the iPhone to camera hook with the yellow text behind the head, and a lot of people just took it and ran with it. And I was one of the first artists to do the rope video with the cut rope at the end. And it's like, for me, it was really just a matter of like finding inspiration from like other sources, but like combining it with something I haven't seen before, you know, like, oh, if I combine, like I saw a pizza guy doing the rope video. If I combine that with music, I'd never seen a musician do it. Let me do that. And I did, and I put that together and I was like, boom, took off. So it's just like being creative and finding ways to, you know, hook people in there's a lot of stuff out there already, and just trying to find new ways to like be the first person to do it in music, maybe, you know?
That kind of landed for me, really, because Stafford's approach is, you know, for the performance content, but you might want to do some more scripted, you know, thought out here, like, you know, other type of content, right?
Yeah. And I mean, I don't remember who it was, but someone gave similar advice where it's like taking trends or formats that work in other niches, right?
Whether
it's like, okay.
Citizen, literally
so
the homie, dude.
Your bro.
Yeah.
So, okay, who came up with that first? You or Citizen?
He'll admit that he got that from me. He told me that at my show.
Shit!
He evolved it. That's the thing. So Citizen, like we talked about it at my show. We actually met for the first time in March. Because I didn't follow him for a while. I followed him like more recently. Because I was loving the stuff he was doing, and like, yeah, he was even saying like, yeah, you inspired me with the. Because that's the thing, people were sending his videos to me all the time. Mm-hmm. So because I was the first one with the ice cream drop on Worst Case Scenario, right, with the yellow text behind the head, ice cream drop, and then he did one of those with like the similar yellow text, and people would send me his stuff all the time. But I was just kind of like, oh, that's cool. And the thing is, he comes from like a true film and editing background. I like work with editors. I have an eye for it. My twin brother's an editor. Like, I just have an eye for it. My family. My dad was a
You're artist first, though.
Yeah, I'm artist first. I don't really spend time editing, but not to take anything away from Citizen. He's artist first too. He writes a new song every morning. We've got to learn each other a lot since like March. So like, this man is a machine. But yeah,
let's put a link to the Citizen episode, by the way, right here in the top right hand side, in case you guys are interested. Excellent interview with Citizen. Yeah. Sorry to cut you off.
Yeah, so he told me that I was one of the first artists he saw really connecting not only like a transition hook, but also doing it emotionally, which I think is the key takeaway that a lot of people are missing, is that they'll do these hooks and it doesn't really tie into the emotion of the song. So me dropping ice cream is like, it's sad. Like, you're understanding like, oh, I relate to that. And that makes people go listen to the song. It converts better versus like people just being hooked in by like a robbery for a song that's about like Barbie doll. I don't know. Like, you know, just like, you know, I can give an example, but you know what I'm saying? Like the emotional side. And we talked about that, and I was like giving him his flowers because like he took that, ran with it, and really developed it, which I like. Like, he never really copied me. He just like was inspired by me and then grew that to a thing. And we worked together on a video recently, and it did numbers. Like, he's clearly taken what I did and learned way more, and now I'm learning from him. So it's like, you know, so it's dope.
I think artists criminally undervalue that like intentional part of the planning of the post. You know, it's a lot of what we talked about recently. Like, it needs to pull people into this very specific lane that your song lives in, or it's probably just not going to hit, right? It's not going to convert. It's not going to do the job that you want the post to do.
Well, and so as someone who kind of was joking about like, hey, if you blow up off performance-based content, like, you're fucking golden. Like, they're there for the music only.
Shout out for Matt Hansen.
Not for the editing, not for the editing chicks, so on and so forth. Not for the hooks and the this. Like, do you feel like it was tough for you when you were only doing the like scripted shit to convert people to listen, and they were there just because the videos were cool?
Nice question.
Yeah. Like, what did that look like for you?
Yeah. So it was interesting for me because like I most of my music like promotion came from a place of I don't want to start over because I blew up for comedy first. So I blew up on TikTok, and I was a substitute teacher. My students told me to hop on TikTok in 2019, and I got like 1 million followers for comedy. Yeah, so I was early. Yeah, so like, and then the pandemic hit, and that forced me to be a content creator because I was getting unemployment checks while being a full-time content creator. So you know, after the year, I was like, all right, do I want to actually do this, or do I want to go back to the classroom? And since then, I spent like 3 years trying to convert that audience to music. And anytime I posted anything music, it wasn't working. So I tried to figure out like, how do I do comedic stuff? How do I like find that balance? And the first time it really connected for me was 2023, actually, a year before Worst Case Scenario. I had a song called Comfortably You, and I did a trend where it was funny because the first time it happened was because I thought of the content idea before the song. I was in the shower and I was like, oh, it would be funny if I like go to the beach and I'm like, excuse me, sir, how tall are you? And like I measure his height and I sing a song about telling the truth. And then I wrote the hook. And that's why this Comfortably You, fun little tidbit. The shower at the end is me actually doing the original audio of like, I went to the voice memo. I was like, you could be honest, you could be cool, come to be real and come to be you. And like, I did that in a voice memo and that's what you hear at the end of the song. But I took that, went and did the video, measured a guy, like I scripted it, but I did multiple takes. I was like, his nieces look real. Like, you know, like I was like, he can't be fake. So like I had my boy like be like, yeah, I'm 6 foot. And he's with a girl. And then it's like, oh, can I measure that? And it's like, oh, it says you're 5'10", sir. And I was like, oh, you like a handy profile. And it got like 100K views. And I was like, whoa, I actually have like views and people are going to see the music. So I made a series out of that. It was like, oh, I caught you looking at her booty. And he's like, no, I didn't. And it's like, we caught you in 4K. And it was like, you can be honest, you can be cool. And we'll have the guitarist come out and just start singing it. And this is when I finally started seeing traction for like, okay, people like the music with comedy thing. So I tried to figure out that balance. So fast forward a year, it's like everything I was doing at this point, I was just trying to figure out how do I promote my music while also being funny or whatever. And I had only had 2 sad songs, but I met with this videographer who happened to be doing the yellow text behind the head, which was brand new to people. Like it was still like fresh. It was only editors doing it and like not really musicians, or like I didn't really see any musician doing it except for the editor himself.
Yeah.
And I hit him up. He was maybe getting like 300 views a video. And I was like, yo, bro, like I love this vision. Like I have an idea. Like, what if I drop ice cream and we put the words behind my head? And then like, I was about to use another song, which is the funny part. I was going to use this song Fool that like doesn't get any traction at all. It's just my only other sad song. But I was like, let me try worst case scenario because I haven't posted it in 5 months since it's been out. So I tried it and it instantly got 1 million views. So it was like a quick like, oh, I got something here. And like it jumped
echoes
from, like,
the Nick D
plays a day to 10,000 plays a day on the first post. And
the Nick D, like he was the first artist I think that I heard come on the show and be like, I will literally think about the content like first sometimes, which you guys just immediately like your buttholes clenched. I know it did.
Oh Jesus.
But like there's something to that, like it's when we're writing music, if we can think about more than just what the song sounds like, if we can think about the world and what it looks like and what the videos and the C word
how people use
looks like for the song, I just think that's going to convert better.
Well,
right?
but bro, there's so many gems in what he was just sharing. Number one, recognizing that he's funny,
right?
And let's figure out a way to intertwine the fact that I'm fucking funny into the content that also is promoting my music. So
self-awareness.
Number one,
right.
Self-awareness.
Right? If you're a street dude, incorporate street shit into your content and let us make sure we know you're a street dude, right? Like there's just multiple versions of this. If you're like an athletic fitness type of person that also makes fire music, incorporate that shit, right? So that's number one. Number two, 5 months later, after the song's already out, I know y'all motherfuckers you don't even remember what you released 5 months ago.
You hate your 5-month-old song.
You hate your music from 5 months ago.
You hate your 5-month-old song.
So true.
And then shame on you for that.
And because that's your biggest song now, right?
That is my biggest song.
33 million streams.
Same thing. Yeah. 33 million streams later.
Yeah.
Yes.
So walk me through like what's going on, right? So you had that idea for just that specific video and you were like, well, I only have that one song that's been out for 5 months or this newer one or one that I'm going to drop. Or like
I hit him up. The funny part was that wasn't even the main video for the day. Okay. I hit him up for a different video. I had another song that had already came out. It was called Not My Fault. And I was like, yo, I want to do, like, I saw him having multiple people of himself. So I was like, oh, can we do that? Like, I want to play Django with myself.
Okay.
And I'm singing Not My Fault. I'm going to make the basketball. Like, I'm going to be, the guy in the background's going to throw a basketball. It's going to hit the thing. And we both look at him kind of like, and he's like, it's not my fault. I think you're cute. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, okay, that's the idea. We spent like an hour shooting that video. Like, and it was like, okay, this is going to be a very complex edit. Let's shoot a backup idea. And I was like, cool. The backup idea was me dropping ice cream, and I went to go buy it. Literally, if you look at the original video, the ice cream is melting because we're still trying to set up the camera, and I'm like, I got one take, bro. Like, you know, so yeah, I mean, it was just like the backup idea, and we posted it first because it was quicker to edit. And then when we posted the Django one, it only got like 60,000 views. So it was like,
I love this. I love this shit, man.
We don't know what the fuck's
You
gonna work.
don't know what the fuck is gonna work.
We have
you
no
don't know what's
idea.
gonna work. No, yeah.
Maximize your chances.
That's the thing I learned.
Post it all. You know what I mean?
That was
God.
Yeah, that was the first thing I learned when I was so the thing is, I've had many viral waves before, especially in the comedy space. Like when I was saying I gained like 1 million followers in 4 months. It was like I went to 60K, then I went to 100K, and I went from 100K to 1 mil in 1 month. And the things I was learning about that were like series, like doing series are going to get you way more followers, and people like bought in than like just doing random one-off videos. So like I had an incredibly viral series on TikTok at the time, which was like it was called the Food War series. Like this girl was coming down the escalator. Oh no, I was coming down the escalator. She was going up, and she had grabbed fries from my thing, and I stare at her, and it was just I gave the most deadpan real look to the point where Fox News thought it was real and was posting about it, like these influencers are stealing fries. Like, so after that, we were like, oh, we need to do a follow up where I find you. And then I found her, stole her food, and it became a series where it was like the food war, and people were just like tuned in. And I was substitute teaching, so it was damn near a tour. Every school I went to, it was like one kid would know me at homeroom. By lunch, 500 kids are outside my lunch door. Like it's like so it's like it was just a tour going on while I'm like blowing up on TikTok, and then the pandemic hit. So it's like I did learn like okay, series are what works. So the second worst case scenario did well, just like I did with Comfortable You the year before. I made a series. I was like, oh, we got to double down. We got to think of some other sad things that happen. Let's drop a pizza slice. Let's drop a hot dog. Let's, I was just trying to think of stuff to do, and then we just kept going.
It's so good.
This is an excellent moment, I think, because Jayo just dropped the best piece of knowledge so far, and he's been dropping heat all episode already.
I know what you're doing.
But the series is crazy, and if that doesn't earn a like, comment, and subscribe to the goddamn channel, then I don't know what will. Guys, figure out your series. There's so many reasons the series works, man. It gives like returning. First of all, I think the algorithm knows, by the way, that it's a series. And if you liked the first one and you make another video, it knows what videos you're posting, and it knows if you like we were trying to get Russ on the podcast. We did day 1 trying to get Russ on the podcast, and then we did day 2 trying to get Russ on the podcast. The same people in the comment section. I don't think that's a coincidence. So figure out your series.
I'll even give a bigger gem on series too. Having multiple at once is very, very powerful.
Multiple series.
I will argue that worst case scenario wouldn't have done as well if I didn't have my basketball series that I just started like a month or 2 before. And I'm gonna give you guys context that not a lot of people paid attention to. So my worst case scenario series, 2024 May was when the first video took off. Before that, I started this basketball series that I actually thought about it a year before that. 2023, I was talking to the professor, street ball player. We're friends. I was talking about it. I was like, yo, I want to play like basketball and sing songs like how Justin Bieber fans play basketball, how Kendrick fans play, or whatever. I was just saying it like an idea, and he's like, oh, that's genius. But I wanted to do it well. That's the thing. I'm very like, I can't do it mediocre. So I was waiting to find the right editor. I found the right editor in January. We did 3 videos. How Giveon fans play basketball, how John Legend fans play basketball, and like how Steve Lacy. I posted the Giveon one, which is like, you know, oh, pass me the rock, please. I'm going to shoot the tree. Just like doing goofy stuff, right? Just so people know, good. Like, I'm like, okay, at the end of the day, my goal with that series, right? This is what I'm thinking with the series. It's not like, oh, I'm just trying to entertain. I'm like, what audience do I want to target? I've been trying to target music only through my music. Can I target them in a way that's entertaining?
Gosh.
So I was like, let me target music fans through like something else I'm good at, basketball. And that's why I combined 2 things. So now I'm doing this. I posted that video. Now, mind you, the video when I posted it only got 8K views and it had 2K likes. And I was like, this is interesting. One, that's a very potent like ratio, especially for 2024. Because it was like, that felt like 2019 TikTok ratio. But 2, why is this not taking off? I was like, it's just very like low views because my algorithm wasn't used to it. 6 weeks later, and I posted that one and John Legend. And because both of them weren't doing well, I didn't post Steve Lacy. 6 weeks later, Giveon one shoots up to 500K, and I'm like, okay.
See,
like, what's going on?
We got to stick with shit. We got to stick with shit a little longer, right?
Yeah. I was like, okay, let me post some other ones. I go and I was like, hey guys, we got to shoot again. I didn't even shoot a second one until like 4 months later, like, you know, or like 3 months later at this point. I'm like, all right guys, hey, we got to do Chris Brown and Drake. I was like, all right, we're gonna do that. And then I post the Drake and Chris Brown. All of a sudden, people are DMing me like, yo, you're on Chris Brown's story. I'm like, I'm on Chris Brown's story? He didn't even tag me. I was like, cool. So I DM him. I was like, yo, thanks for the love, man. Da 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 da. Could have used a tag though. Niggas gotta eat. I can show you that. I literally said that. I was joking though. It probably wasn't that. It was probably something else in the day. But that man deleted all his stories an hour later. But I got the fuel I need. I got all the fuel I needed. I was like, oh, if Chris Brown likes this, y'all gonna like this. Yes. I was like, bet. And he didn't even tag me then. So I was like, all right, cool. And then guess what happened? The Drake and Kendrick beef. So not only are series important, paying attention to pop culture. Ooh. I heard the Drake and Kendrick beat go off, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna do Kendrick. And I literally did the the block video, and that was my first viral basketball series. Right before I did the worst case scenario series. So now I'm gaining fans for music. I start the worst case scenario set. Now I have this dance, and I was doing multiple series at the same time, which is funny because like management at the time was like, oh, you need to stop the basketball series. But I'm like, I think this is what took this off. Like I have momentum on my page from multiple different sources. Are
you still with that management?
No.
Okay, excellent. Yeah, good.
Well, and we'll get into another way your previous management fumbled the bag here in a second. But I do want to ask, like, I mean, I'll be honest, from, again, like my point of view, I could understand potentially the logic of they're not there on your page to give a fuck about your music. And that's where my earlier question was coming from of like, did you find it hard to convert, right? Because
it's a citizen thing too. It's like, do they like his videos or do they actually like his music?
Correct.
I think, and you know, maybe I got spoiled because worst case scenario just is a good hook and it's a good breakup song and everybody's going through a breakup and all that stuff. I like psychoanalyze that song all the time. I'm like, okay, what is so hook? I think the song itself is a hook. Worst case scenario, you have to hear what's after that.
Yeah.
And I think about that, you know, because I've done similar videos to other songs. I'm like, why isn't this taking off? You know, and it's kind of like I have to like figure out, okay, lyrically, song wise, like this is also a hook. And sonically, emotionally, this is something that people are going through. I get DMs all the time, like, yo, you really helped me through a breakup. You really helped me through a dark time. Da 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 da. So, you know, I did feel that connection very quickly. But yeah, being able to see how it doesn't always work all the time helps me realize, like, okay, one, the song is very important. Like, how are you emotionally, getting people
like
to...
the song is the fucking important part here. Like,
it's the most important part. You know, I know people
the song, bro,
aren't getting any views, you know, because it's like, okay, or even that they got a bunch of views, they're not converting.
Yeah, man.
Like, I don't even want to name drop. I know a lot of artists that get a lot of views and don't convert on Spotify. And
name
I'm like,
drop them, bro.
Let's start some beef.
Yeah,
we're trying to go viral out here, Jayo.
Fuck Drake and Kendrick. We got Jayo versus whoever.
X. Yeah, fill in the blank.
Nah, man. I do think that's what it comes down to, man. Because again, like the viral formats are out there, right? Mm-hmm. And the reason why they don't, like, you can't just copy them straight up and they work. It's the song. Like it's you, the artist, and your song. Those two things have to also the stars have to align with all this shit.
You copy the framework,
sure,
and
which
you
gives
fill
you a better
in,
chance.
but you have to plug in you.
The good shit.
Yeah, you.
And you have to be good.
Well, you have to be good. That's just before you even start anything, guys. Figure the music out.
Yeah. I mean, goddamn, there's so many artists that I have, spoken with that I almost like have given them advice, being like, yo, like take 6 months off. And dial in the brand and the music, bro, because again, nothing that comes out of my mouth is gonna help you right now. Like where things are at right now, not shit is gonna move because the music and the brand's not there. That's tough. I don't know. It's a tough.
At the same time, it's like I said, you never know the song. I did not think Worst Case Scenario would be my biggest song. I thought it was cool. I think I make way better. Like I think there's other songs that are.
It's never the song the artist thinks is going to be their biggest one. It's never. Not one time in history has the artist's biggest song been the one they thought would be the biggest.
Well,
Yeah,
so let's try and understand it. So what didn't you like about it compared to maybe a song you loved that flopped? Like, let's actually like break this down. I hate to interrupt this episode, but guys, I got one thing on the mind right now, and it's data. I can't stop thinking about it. All the artists in 2024 are winning because of data. They know who their fans are. They have access to their fans. Do you? Spotify's not telling you who your fans are. Apple Music ain't telling you who your fans are. But our friends over at DistroKid created a feature called Hyperfollow. Every single release, you can set up a pre-save campaign with a hyperfollow and get access to every single fan's email address. Now you can let them know when you have a show coming up, when you're dropping exclusive merch, when you're going live. And without the data, you're just bound by the algorithms of TikTok, Instagram, YouTube. No more relying on those platforms. We're going straight to our fans. DistroKid is the best DIY distributor. You can upload unlimited music for a ridiculously low rate. And you're gonna have access to features like Hyperfollow. OMTdistro.com, you're gonna get 30% off when you sign up for DistroKid, and you can start collecting your fans' data today. Henry, let's get back into it.
I will say this. Worst case scenario is the demo vocal.
Okay.
Right, so we kept the demo.
The day one bounce, by the way. It is 4 hours in that song. It was like a session my manager set up. I had a bunch of sessions that like month, and literally I was trying to meet up with Slush Puppy, the producer, again, and we just never could align because he's a big time producer, and we just schedule wise just never aligned. And I wanted to track better vocals. He's like, "Oh, they're good, bro. We'll just mix it." I was like, "Okay, sure."
I love that.
Like I did some 7B like in a bedroom, and we made that song. We made that song so fast. Actually, I'm gonna play all this. If y'all want to clip.
By the way, we need to send you an SM7B. By the way,
day one of me writing worst case scenario, I sang that song. I sang the words worst case scenario like 2 minutes into like him playing chords. If you want to hear this,
absolutely,
yes, for sure.
All right, literally, it was like
off the iPhone note. By the way,
yeah. This is like, we just talked about like, you know, what chords we like and so on.
Oh.
I mean,
yeah.
Oh, I fuck with that.
I instantly knew.
Metronome and all.
Yeah. I was like about to say it right there too, and I was like, keep it going.
Like, wait.
Oh, it's coming, it's coming.
Is Zach, can you grab me a water? Oh, water? There it is.
Worst case scenario. Worst case scenario. You had a better the better in the radio.
That turned to 35 million streams.
Wow. Wow. That's incredible.
Yeah, 35 million streams later.
We don't touch on the like creative aspect of this whole journey a lot, but just as a producer, I just know like sometimes that first feeling, that initial, that demo vibe just becomes like unrecreatable, you know, and it just becomes something you can't match, and you do have to end up keeping. He lost it?
Yeah, he got his laptop got stolen. So like to this day, we will not have those original stems.
Guys,
like
cloud backups.
Stuff. Like,
one cloud backup, one cold backup on an offsite.
Yeah.
That's amazing, man. Thank you for sharing that for sure. So, you know, I know that obviously like your like content creation expertise and like social media following has been a big part, obviously, of you being able to do brand deals, right? Like brands are looking for, of course, they want artists that make good music, but almost more so, they want musicians that can make really good content for social media, right? Yeah, and so I want to talk about a couple of the brand deals that you've worked on recently. But was the guacamole situation, was that your first interaction with a brand and brands overall, like as a musician?
Yeah, it was my first interaction with the brand. Yeah, because that's funny.
It's a hell of a lesson learned, man. So just break down
crazy story.
Honestly, just break down that whole experience, right? Like what the song was, like how the brand partnership came to be, the details
where
around
the bag got fumbled.
Yeah, because
like I said, I blew up for comedy, but the whole time I've been like a musician. Like I actually started like on Instagram and YouTube doing covers like in 2017. Like and then when in 2019 my students told me to hop on TikTok, that's when I did comedy. But the whole time I'm like, I want to be a musician. What's going on? So anyway, while I'm blowing up, in the month that I went from 100K to $1 million, I like made and finished a song called Guacamole because I came up with the idea while I was in Chipotle. I was like, why isn't there a guacamole theme song? I don't know. Part of me was just like, I always like wanted to make jingles. I think it was like from the Jay Fox show or something. I just like always thought about making jingles. So I was like, I want to make it a bop. So I made Guacamole with like a friend, and then I had the cover art made where it was just like my head as a seed of avocado.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And we were DMing it to Chipotle while I was in class. I DM it to them, and they're like, "Yo, this is a bop. Email us." And they dropped emails, and I was in class like, "Yo, Chipotle responded," and the kids go crazy like, "Oh, yeah." All right, cool. Like they like the songs. I literally like sent a snippet of it. I sent like 30 seconds of it with the cover art. I knew like they would have to like see it that way. And I, at the time, only had like 20K followers on IG. So it's like me doing that on IG was like, I didn't have a lot of followers. It wasn't like I had a lot of motion, but I was maybe at like 400K on TikTok when we started conversations, right? And they didn't look at my TikTok, I don't think. Anyway, at one point, we're negotiating back and forth, and I didn't have management at the time. I had different people in my life that have helped out, but I ended up getting this manager because my friend was like, "Hey, you should use this manager," and I won't burn him, but he hopped on the deal while I was already negotiating, and we were talking about 100K like music video and this, that. They wanted to run a campaign, pay all these influencers to use it, Bonnie, XYZ, third. The pandemic hits, as it does. And in March,
as they do,
of 2020, they respond like, "Hey, like we're actually gonna have to pull back on budget." Now, normally you can like, hey, okay, cool, let's do 50K or whatever. Like now that I know that in hindsight, like let's go half. Like
I'll take 50.
Let's go 70. Whatever pull back on budget means, let's counter. And my manager at the time, who was a firm believer that Trump was gonna delete TikTok, said, let's just have them use the song for free. And we'll come back to them and circle back after this whole pandemic thing in a month. And we'll get our deal. So yeah, they used the song with a bunch of creators and paid for a whole campaign. And I got $0. I was living at home with 1 million followers, broke, having a song being used, and didn't really know how to feel. I was really like depressed, kind of like it was just like tragic, especially as the pandemic kept going and I was still broke. So
guys, in this emotional state that you're feeling bad for Jayo right now, just drop a like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Please,
yeah,
guys, 75% of you are not subscribed to the channel.
It's like we try to hit them up later and there wasn't really a response.
They got what they needed, bro.
What do they need from you now?
Yeah, so people are kind of like,
over, Jayo. Sorry. The door is closed.
Like, I did a deal a year later with Uber Eats, and it was like Uber Eats Chipotle combo, but we did a deal a year later for like 15K, and then like after that, I like it's funny, I never really promoted the song, so like 2 years after at this point, I was like, oh, what if I made this like chip filter where like we have this guacamole bowl, because I don't know where I saw it. I was like, oh, you're catching stuff with your nose. So I made a guacamole bowl and chips were falling. And then like I got someone on Fiverr to make it. That thing blew up. 60,000 uses on the filter, 30,000 videos made with the song, but 60,000 videos made in total with the filter. And the song just started getting a second spark and everything. And just because I challenged people, I was like, word on the street is you can't get 20 in this game. And in the video, I got 18. So like I intentionally did that just to challenge people. People were doing, I got 20. It was like, sucker. But I made this, I missed filters on IG. It was like, I was unlocking something. I was like, oh my God, this is going to be like huge for artists, like trends and all that stuff. And I could tell like, this is what labels pay for, but IG took away filters anyway. But it's like,
here comes Tostitos.
Made me a lot of money, even for the trend. Like, you know,
is this where Tostitos comes into play?
Oh yes, yeah, you're right. Yeah, so Tostitos. Yeah, funny enough, I DM'd them before I made the filter. I said, "Hey, y'all want to be a part of this? Like, I'm about to make this filter." They didn't see it. After the video blew up, it had like 40 million 40 million views on the original video. Tostitos commented, "Is that our chip?" And I said, "It could be if you respond to your DMs."
Fire! What a reply!
Did they?
Yeah, they did, and then we did a follow-up.
Fire!
And then we did a follow-up deal, and I made their own chip filter and everything. So
wow. So I mean, have you tried to like? I feel like I asked Nick D this question to some like strategy he had, right, where he did something and like the song blew up, and I was like, "Yeah, did you like do that again?" And he was like, "No,
not really.
Never did that again." Have you tried to replicate this approach?
The filter approach?
No, not even the filter. Like the idea of like you said you like to make jingles, like making a song for a brand
with brand deals in mind.
Yeah.
Hey, I don't know. It's funny because like the guacamole song to me is like it was my mood by Doja Cat. Like you know that song? Like
so you think it's like
the meme song.
I hate that song. Objectively, as seeing like she never performed at concert and everybody's dressed as a cow. She clearly hates the song. And I feel like for me, it's kind of the same thing. It's like the song was goofy. It wasn't really like a true like show of my artistry. It's fun. It's great. I love that kids love it. And I love that like adults love it too. But it just never was really like what I was trying to do as an artist. So I think like I would do a jingle. Like, you know, I've had companies hit me up and I made a Spanish song. I have a wide pen. Like I can write in way more styles than I like release for my artist project.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's like, yeah, maybe I do need to like try and make another jingle. I was kind of salty when the Pepsi one blew up. I wanted to make a video talking about like, that's crazy because I didn't get paid for my jingle.
Yeah.
Where was it? Oh, Dr. Pepper?
Dr. Pepper, baby.
Oh, yeah.
Baby.
It's good and nice. Bop.
Or coconut water now. I mean that.
Yeah.
A little salty, bro. I was a little salty. Like, dang.
Yep.
I could have used a tenth of that.
Yeah.
From a $50 industry that could have easily paid me. Yeah, I could.
That's interesting. So is there another brand deal? Because you dropped like 5 or more, I feel like right before we started recording. I mean, is there any other one that you think is worth kind of sharing as far as like how it came to be? Or I don't know, because like I'm always trying to put artists on game. Like if they have the chance to work with a brand, what should they expect, right? Are there any things that like surprised you in your interactions with, you know, multiple brands at this point? Because you've had a good variety of different types of brands, et cetera. So
I mean, shout out to my social media manager, Dylan Huey with Reach Management. We started a year ago, and he's gotten me more deals in the last year than all of my other managers combined. So it's been great. but yeah, I mean, a lot of my stuff earlier than that came from like either me reaching out or like me putting myself in positions to, just like show a brand how to do stuff or like how their brand would look with mine, you know, like if you're, for instance, I did one where I reviewed a pickle thing and like that blew up and it wasn't even a brand deal, but I was able to send that video to other brands and be like, hey, I could do stuff like this, you know, boom, boom, boom. I did hit up that brand to pay me, but they didn't, which is crazy because I really made them so much money.
Yeah.
Yeah, that video had like 3 million views of me like reviewing pickles because I was like, I hate pickles. And then like I like pickles. So
that's amazing.
Like, people ordered. I know it was like their best performing video. So yeah, anyway, that's a whole nother story.
Yeah. So
sometimes people want to pay.
Yeah. So for someone that doesn't have, you said his name was Dylan?
Yeah.
Yeah. So for someone who doesn't have a Dylan, right?
Yeah.
Like, what is Dylan doing for you to land these deals? Like, is he sending out one sheets with your stats and this, that, like just, paint the pic. Cause again, like if someone doesn't have a team member to do this, they got to do this shit themselves. Right.
Yeah.
And they should be doing it because it's clearly paying you. I'm assuming it's paying you a hell of a lot more than even the streams, and you stream pretty well, right?
I live off that more than I live off content and brand deals more than music.
There it is.
I would like music to be the breadwinner, but
can you say it again loud and clear?
I live off brand deals and content more than I do off music. It's actually really hard to make money off music, but last year was my most lucrative year in music because of touring, but even then I spent all of it right back. So anyway, but
yeah,
I would say like before having a Dylan, and probably why it helps with Dylan is like it was an easy transition. I had things set up like an EPK. I had things set up like there's different websites like Influential, Maverick. These are websites that like creators can submit their stuff at, or there'll be a campaign to like open casting for this brand deal. You can submit and try to get it. And I got like an Old Spice brand deal that way before, or like, whatever it is. So like there's different websites that you can put yourself out in front of, and just, I'm like DMing brands and just trying stuff.
That's huge. No, I mean,
hand to hand, bro.
No, I mean, even just, showing that some of these like marketplaces for influencers actually, because I always looked at those being like, does anyone actually get a deal out of this shit? It always feels just like, yeah,
definitely. Yeah. Obviously, Influential, Maverick, I feel like are the big three. Maybe later, and yeah, it's like the more you do it, of course, the easier it is. Getting an agency like a Reach, a Whaler, or yada yada. There's so many companies out there that also have those. That's the thing. Like, I was self-submitting, but like now it's like I have people like my team who personally just know people there or know CEOs of those companies. So it's like, cool, I'm going to be front of line, but I still have to qualify. So I have to they'll be like, hey, we want to pitch. Okay, I'll pitch an idea top to bottom. Like, this is what I could do with your brand. And then they have to like it. And then we could go. So, sometimes it's like that. And yeah.
So you mentioned touring, right? And I think that's a kind of perfect segue. So last year, was that your support runs for touring, right? Because this is your first, this is your first headline tour, right? So talk to us about like how many dates did you do, right? And then specifically, again, I want to really tie this back into the content side, right? How did you leverage content to either like get the tour opportunity or maximize the tour opportunity, right? Because again, I think that this all kind of works, like they all coexist together, I think. So
yeah. I mean, I'm a big proponent, I think, overall of just like using all your talents. I mean, biblically, we talk about bearing talents and so on. I know so many people that are talented in acting or in comedy or content that are like, I'm only going to do music. I only want to do a music post. And it's like, even when I stopped doing comedy, I was still collaborating with people on the comedy space. And I'm going to tie this back into the story, but I was still collaborating with people on the comedy space, like for their pay and so on, just to build those relationships. And I believe that mentality for me opened a lot of doors a year, 2 years, 3 years down the road. So because of that, I was very active on the social media, and I was hitting up people before they blew up. Like, I knew my roommates. I'm roommates with Crash Adams. I knew them when they were like 20,000 followers. I knew like Anis at 10,000 followers, and he was the second tour that I was doing because I followed him early on because I was just in the thick of it. The reason why I have 2 songs in Obsession is because I made 3 videos with Curry, Barker, and Cooper. And after they were like, hey, do you want to put some songs in the movie? And it was for an indie film. And I was like, sure. And then it became the biggest indie film of all time. Like these, you don't predict that as if I'm just like, oh, I only care about music and da-da-da-da-da. But yeah, that being said, it's like I had that crazy run with Worst Case Scenario. And at the time, I guess I should rewind a little bit. I met Bryce Vine and Dominic Fike in the same day. Both crazy stories. But I met them back in like 2022 or 2021. Yeah, 2022 at No Vacancy in Hollywood. And when I met Bryce, I didn't know who he was. I knew his music, but it wasn't until at the end of the meeting, he's like, yo, get my number. It's Bryce Vine. And I was like, you're Bryce Vine? I was like, I didn't not know what you look like. And I said, yo, you probably realized a lot of people don't know what you look like. Like, I know your songs, Drew Barrymore and so on. So I offered to help him with content. I was like, here, let me help you get people to recognize what you look like. And I took him out, and like his team was like, all right, let's shoot. And I had him do interviews where he was interviewing people, play the song and be like, hey, who sings this song? And people were like, Diddy. Drake, like just saying random stuff. And it was funny because like I was posting these videos and one of the people said Bryce Vine. And then if you look at his thing is still pinned on his TikTok. You'll hear me in the background be like, can you describe what he looks like? And the guy's like, oh yeah, no, I have no idea. Mind you, it's Bryce interviewing.
Yeah. It's amazing.
So good, dude.
So good.
It's amazing.
Like out of news. So it's like now I built this relationship where I'm helping him with content. And I helped Bryce with content for like years. He let me open that year in 2022 for like 2 shows. But now fast forward, it's like, okay, I have this final big run with my content. My music now has substantial numbers. I'm like past 600K monthly listeners as opposed to like the 50 or 70K I was at before the worst case scenario.
Yeah.
So now it's like, his team's like, hey, it makes sense. You can open now. You know what I'm saying? So like, these are like things that there's a lot of lessons in there. It's like, you know, just kind of being open, but also just finding ways to give to other people, barter and trade. And I was just giving, you know, helping them out for years. And now it's like, okay, cool, you're going on the road. So I leverage content in that way. I often would leverage content in helping a lot of bigger artists too. I help Nash. I help, you know, I've done something like a lot of people, but but yeah, it's like that's how I leverage it, and it opens these opportunities up.
Yeah, I love the idea, and that's like what we hope that our community can finally become, right? At least for me. And I think you would probably agree. It's like, I want our artists in the community to be doing that for each other. Cause that's what we all like. You were like, yo, you're fire. Your content sucks. Let me help, you know? And it was like, and then you clearly helped. And then the shit came back around. It didn't happen immediately. And I think maybe sometimes we get a little too like short-sighted. We're like, we're only doing this because we like think you need to do something back for, I just helped you, bro. Like I need something now. Like
Quid
what the
pro
fuck? Yeah. So I don't know, man. I just love that story for like, hopefully y'all can. And it just makes you not feel so fucking alone in this shit. I don't know why you'd want to just be like in your own little bubble. Like it's just lonely as fuck. This is hard. I don't know why you wouldn't want to like try and like share it, like the journey with other people. You know what I mean?
It's also like identifying your strengths and leveraging them. It's knowing what you're good at, and it doesn't have to just be for your own career. You're like, if you're good at one thing and another artist is good at another thing, and you can trade.
Yeah, like
how does that not better for both of y'all?
Well, and some artists are like really good at recording.
Yeah.
Like honestly, like so
run their own sessions.
Recording another friend that's an artist, like record them, and then maybe that friend that you're recording is really good at like styling, and maybe they help you with your fucking like visual identity, right? Or then maybe they're good at content. Maybe they got a car and you don't. I don't fucking know. Like,
hey, let me borrow the Lambo, bro.
Find a way to give value.
Yeah, dude.
Yes.
I just
because you're always giving value. So
I love. So
yeah,
that,
I mean, like. Even and it's never immediate, bro. Like what, 3 years? Bryce, Cooper, and Curry, we followed each other for like 2+ years before I even did the first skit with them. And then a month after the skits, it was the obsession, and then Anis, I followed him for at least like almost 4 years, probably before we. Like, I was early on him. I was on not Sun and Moon. I was on Slip, like when I was out. Like early.
That's how you get picked to open, man. You have these relationships.
Yo, I'd love to have Anis on the podcast, bro.
I'd love to have Anis on the podcast. Anis, also, if you're watching this,
did you casually say Crash Adams are your roommates?
Yeah, they're my roommate.
Yeah, you dropped that.
What up, Crash? If they can hear us,
bring them in for a second.
Yeah, open those doors. That's so funny, man. Because I mean, honestly, gosh, what a cool storyline for them, obviously too. That's incredible.
I was the first Give Me a Kiss freestyle.
Really?
Yeah.
Did they let you back on?
Yeah, we did it a couple times.
Okay,
I've done. Yeah.
I was like, that would kind of suck to be the first, and then it's like the biggest,
So the funniest part. Sorry, I'm like trying to find a charger, but
you're good.
So the funniest part is let me just plug this in before I get into this bit.
Go ahead.
I was like, don't want to lose y'all.
Yeah.
So the funniest part is that before I did the Give Me a Kiss freestyle, they've only done like 2 real freestyles. Like people really came up to them and really like freestyled. Like, I mean, they're real freestyles, some of them, but like those are like 2 like unpredicted. Like they weren't planned. And I was like, yo, we should just do a thing because they were thinking about doing this Can You Rap thing. And I was like, yeah, just ask me, can you rap? And I'm going to say, no, but I can sing. And just like, we should do it. And then I sing, and they're like, all right, pick a song. And they sent me like a few songs. I was like, I want to do Give Me a Kiss. They're like, nah, that song's too fast. Everybody's trying to freestyle to it and it doesn't work. That's what they said. I said, hold my beer. and then I wrote the verse like 10 minutes before it was like time to shoot. And then like I went out there. It was like the second take, I think is the one they posted. But yeah, 50 million views. That thing, my YouTube was literally like frozen for years. It was like at 7K for like 6 years. And mind you, every platform I have, I post all my videos on the same platform. So normally stuff grows. YouTube was frozen at 7K. After that video, it jumped up to 80K. And then the basketball season is what carried it. So now it's like at 460.
Wow.
But like, I got hit up by Atlantic. I got hit, like all these things happened for that bit. And then they made a series. They were like at 2 million on YouTube at the time. And now they're at like 12. And that all started just because like we randomly like, I don't even know what it was. It was like, I had like followed them back when they were 20K. And at this point they were like growing. And we randomly like, hey, let's catch up again. And when we talked, we were like, oh, we should do a video together. And that video started. And now it's like a whole thing, a whole series, Can You Rap? And it's like this big giant thing.
Are you guys, learning? Are you guys learning anything?
It's so good.
Are you guys learning from this?
Says no, but I can sing on the videos, which is funny because I did that in a Will free art video before. I was like, no, but I can sing.
We talked to him
Rolling Loud. Yeah.
He's great.
Yeah. Love his shit.
Yeah.
That's incredible. So with this, you know, kind of solo tour, right? Like, how are you using content to promote the shows and move tickets? Because I mean, bro, like you might be popping on social media. We've heard this time and time again. You might have viral video after viral video, and when it comes to
getting a body in a room,
those motherfuckers aren't showing up for your shows. Like I'm not speaking. I hope I'm not speaking to you. I'm just saying, like
they just know 8 seconds of your most popular.
I really don't know.
Well, it's tough, dude. It's tough to get people to commit their time, right, and their money. Right, and shows are both time and money. Right?
I gotta leave my house.
I gotta leave my house for like a few hours. I gotta get a babysitter.
Hell no.
I gotta buy dinner. I gotta pay for parking and the ticket and
the
date and the date that I'm bringing to the show. Like it's a whole thing. So yeah, walk us through kind of like what you are learning, because like on the support runs, you want to promote and you want to try and help sell tickets, but it's not really on you. You know what I mean?
It was easy. It was 9 days. Easier to do opening runs for sure. These are literally my first headline shows outside of my city.
Yeah,
I've been very comfortable with LA because at the worst case, I'm gonna have a 200 person guest list. So
it's one way to do it.
LA,
not making any money. Yeah, not making any money, but the bitch is packed out. So
exactly, I can fill up a room.
It's a content exercise.
That's the thing, because LA is also pretentious. They're like, I don't want to go unless I'm on the guest list. So that's a whole other story. It's really hard to get people to buy tickets in LA. It's annoying. But anyway, like New York and Chicago being my first headline shows, I have to think outside the box. In my last LA show, I was thinking outside the box. I was like, you know what? Like, hey, you know, there's the dollar method, like charging $1 for a show or like the pay anything you want model. But how do you sell tickets when you have a show that's through Ticketmaster? Yeah. So I was trying to think of that. I was like, oh, and then like it actually started with my friend being like, hey, he was in Vegas. He's like, hey, I just want to support, like buy whoever tickets and send like $500. I was like, damn, bro, like that's real love. Like, so the content creator friends, some of them make a lot more money than me, so you just throwing.
Damn, Jayo got rich friends, bro.
Hell yeah.
I was like, cool, John Moss, LOL, shout out. And he was just like, he sent like his 500, and he's like, I just want to support people. Like, if you need to buy some tickets, I was like, oh, that'd be cool if there was like a system for this. So I was like, you know, and I talked to my team. We were like, all right, we're gonna have people comment, need it if they need a ticket, and got it if they want to sponsor a ticket. We made this whole video, we made this system, and we instantly got like a bunch of sponsors, including like. Brianna Price was one of the first sponsors. She gave like $100 and people were just throwing in money and we have like over almost like $2,500 of like sponsored tickets, and we bought 80 of them. Like it was over, I don't know. Everybody that needed a ticket got one, but we had more sponsors than needed tickets. So it was great. It was like, okay, cool. This is a great way to support the show. So yeah, I want to try that on a grander scale. I want to try that with a tour. Let alone a full tour. I only have 3 shows this month because we're trying to test the market, but would love to try it with a big tour and potentially just make it a thing.
Yeah.
So. This is like genius.
It's so good.
By the way,
no,
like,
when,
I don't know.
when he told me about this,
Did
I'm
y'all
like,
just hear about Need It Got It?
Need It Got It, bro.
This is like groundbreaking framework, because one thing we've
So
learned is
good.
like, you don't know what someone is willing to contribute unless you give them an option. So not only are you giving your biggest fans, who might have a little extra in their pockets, the opportunity to commit more, but that money is going directly to the fans that might want to show up for the shows and really like you, but maybe don't have the means.
Yeah.
And they're just like
It's such
coming
a
together.
community building thing too, bro.
This is like my
so many
favorite
boxes.
This is like my favorite shit of the episode
I
right now.
love
Is
it,
Need
man.
It Got It.
That's
Damn.
great.
Need It Got It.
So I'm doing that now. So I mean, if we post this on my IG, comment Need It or comment Got It, or you could DM me the word Need It or Got It, and it should send you either way. But yeah, my first LA show is August 13th. Chicago is August 27th, and New York is August 29th. So
we need
yeah,
Atlanta,
just really-
bro.
We do
What
need
the
Atlanta.
fuck is going on?
You know, I love Atlanta. Atlanta is a hot market. I need to do them. I will do them soon. I do love performing in Atlanta.
We'll pull up.
It is fun.
Shit.
I'll be there.
I mean, we might need to put the show on, bro. We've been known
Facts.
to throw a,
We've thrown a show.
We've thrown a show or two.
It's a
bro.
little off brand for us, but we enjoy it.
Hey, I would love to. Yeah.
Hey, are you using ManyChat for Need It Got It?
Oh yeah, for sure, 1000%.
If you guys want 50% off your first month of ManyChat Pro, you can go to the One More Time deals page at onemoretime.fm/deals and click the ManyChat link. Get started and get
Dang, I
serious.
need
You can set up
50%
your.
off.
Yep.
I'm trying to get good at the
Seriously,
CTAs.
let's go. We got Jayo with a discount, bro.
50% off your first month of ManyChat Pro.
I spam ManyChat.
Same.
I've honestly had some crazy ManyChat funnels that have been copied, for sure.
Okay,
but
put us on, bro.
Well, just and real quick, because I'm serious about like ManyChat. A lot of our on the deals on our deals page kind of have been inbounds, right? ManyChat was the one that I was like, we
You
talk
need
about
it.
it so much. I went out and like I was like, I got to get ManyChat. They required like a company LinkedIn page, and to get a company LinkedIn page, you have to have a personal LinkedIn page. I made a
There was
personal
many
LinkedIn
layers
page.
of like authentication.
Made a personal LinkedIn page. I had to add connections to get verified, and then make the company page, and then apply for their partner stack, and then get the. I was like, I'm getting this ManyChat fucking affiliate, dude.
Yeah, like
We need it.
usually I'm the one that like talks to brands and whatever. That's
I went
supposed
out
to-
on a limb for
He
that
was
one, dude.
very-
I was like, I need it, and then guess what? I fucking got it.
He really did, bro. He really did. You did that shit, bro. You did that shit. I saw the like. At first, I saw the denied email, and it was like, "You're not a real company." Essentially, it was like, "Fuck." But then, like
Cleaned
a
us up.
day later,
I cleaned us up, bro.
a day later, it was like approved, and I was like, "Yes, Henry."
you know who
Let's
I'm
go.
dealing with that with? Jiffy.
Oh,
Because I be trying, I'm thinking outside the box.
Peanut
I'm trying
butter?
to make GIFs.
oh no!
Jiffy.
Okay. Oh, you meant the peanut butter
They do
company.
not be approving me as a brand. So annoying. But yeah, I'm dealing with the same thing where it's like I keep
I
getting
have
denied.
gifts of me.
I would
Like,
be
I know.
making
Through
so many
Giphy.
gifs right now as an artist. but
Is it Jiffy or Giphy? I mean, let's just.
I say GIF. I don't know.
I think the owner called it a GIF.
Oh no!
The G stands for graphical, which is pronounced like G. So that's what I'm going with
pretty
logic
sure the
here.
creator of GIF called it GIF.
Someone verify that in the comments. I don't buy it.
Fact check us expeditiously.
I remember watching this video because I sent it around. I was like, told you.
That doesn't make any sense.
It doesn't. But okay, so other than Need It Got It, which is fucking great. I love that for so many reasons. Oh my god. What are you taking that intentional approach that you take with, other content to the like content you're trying to post to move tickets? Like, are you scripting shit for like ticket promo videos? And if so, like, how does that differ? How are you finding that differ from like, song based scripting and shit like
What's
that?
the funnel like?
Yeah.
It's a little bit more of a sale, so it's definitely harder. I haven't had the last tour, we had one that did really well, was with me, Michael Cimino, and Johnny Valentine tied to a rope.
Okay.
Where the car is driving away.
Classic
It's like,
format.
if you comment, got it. And then we say, or comment ticks if you just want tickets. And then Mike got swooped away by the car. So that one did well as far as like a promo video that was just about Need It Got It. But most of the stuff we're doing is like script and like talking.
Yeah.
So I don't expect to do it incredibly well. I just posted a video that was me getting waterboarded.
Okay. Tell me more. Tell me
Does
on
this follow the terms and conditions?
Yeah.
posted. I mean, it didn't. I think I already have a strike on TikTok, but
Well, now you have two.
on IG. No, literally.
By the end of this
on IG.
episode, you'll get the notification that you have two strikes now. So yeah,
I thought I was
sorry.
being waterboarded, and I'm like, they're like, give us. They're like, tell us what we need to know, and this all stops. And I'm like, guys, I know you're just trying to get free tickets, and they're essentially like, I'm like, all you have to do is comment needed, and I would give you tickets. And they're like, you think we're stupid? It's like, no, the people that comment got it are going to sponsor the tickets for those that need it. It's a funny skit. You should just check it out.
Okay, hell yeah.
Like we try to think outside the box.
Yeah.
So it's
It
really
explains the system in the context of the story of the post.
exactly. Yeah,
I love that, man.
I love that,
So
man.
cool, man.
It's amazing.
Damn.
It's amazing. Well, Henry, we've entered a final segment of the podcast. Holy shit, I could talk to Jayo for hours and hours.
This has
So
been-
much game.
This has been insane.
See, like, this is another one where, like, I knew it was going to be good.
yeah.
But, like,
Over delivered.
he over-delivered for sure.
And the best part is yet to come. Hello, it's the Rapid Fire Rampage.
Okay.
With Jayo.
Yeah, buckle up, Jayo.
Jayo, it's going to be a 3-part rampage. I'll explain them as we go. The first part is just some short answer questions. Do you have your seatbelt on?
I just put it on.
Perfect. That wasn't the first question. That was a prerequisite to start the rampage, by the way, just to clarify for our audience out there. Okay.
Jesus.
Anyway, let me play them. Here we go. Starting with, you're a former track guy, okay? So 40-yard dash, you versus Ben. What's the outcome?
And fast? I don't know. I lose because I'm out of shape.
To Ben?
Oh wait, are you in shape? I don't know. He kind of looks athletic while sitting down. I have to see him stand up.
Thank you, bro.
He plays a little basketball.
You know who doesn't look athletic is Henry, because he's not.
I'm in the best shape I've been in years.
Run basketball if we're talking that, but like a 40-yard dash, I ran like a 4.8 at best. It wasn't crazy fast. But it
Okay,
wasn't
first of
slow.
all, I'm a little slow, but I am a hooper. I do play pickup
Okay.
basketball a couple times a week,
can
so
hoop.
I
We
would
can
love to
hoop.
hoop with Jayo.
Let's
And he
do
might,
it.
yeah. I was like, I've seen his, Justin Bieber playing basketball videos and shit. He looks like he can hoop.
Chris Brown fans hoop
even
like-
during like a comedy version of hooping, you can just still tell who's got it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you can see a
You
little
can
bit.
see who can hoop,
That's fair.
and Henry cannot. Anyways, go ahead.
Can you not hijack my rampage? Okay.
You brought me into it. You literally brought me into it.
And he gave you and he shouted you out. That was the best possible outcome for you.
Thank you.
Yeah,
I'm
you're
glad.
all
I'm
good.
satisfied.
Where's the conflicts here?
Moving
Moving on. Jayo, for an artist who has never landed a brand deal but they really want to, what would you advise them as their first steps?
Make an EPK.
Yep.
EPK.
Got to.
Yeah. But then, okay, give us a couple more. What do we do with it? That's very broad.
That's it. No.
You got it.
Just keep it on your computer.
Yeah, local hard drive, EPK.
that you want to work with. Make a list of brands that you want to work with. Find ways to implement them. If it's like a clothing stuff, start weighing the stuff. And then DM some stuff like, hey, would love to boom, 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 boom. And yeah, I feel like that's a great way to start.
So just naturally use the fucking product right? Like,
Make it make sense.
yeah, like go to Chipotle
sense.
and eat a taco.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, post them on the story. Oh, yeah. I feel like I would have got more, like Chipotle might have circled back if I gave him free promo with the Chipotle.
they might have
Facts.
circled back. Yep.
Yeah, facts.
That's the thing, though. If you get a viral post for that thing, they will like pay you for a follow-up.
Yeah,
Like,
because it worked.
Dude,
It was already it was low risk. It already worked. It's gonna work again.
If you guys were unaware, like companies spend infinite money on ads, right? That's their whole. And what an ad looks like now is it's not an ad; it's content. It's a post that did well. That's what they're looking to put ad dollars behind. So if you happen to be the one that made that post, that's where the dollars go.
Shit, yeah.
This is why I was so hurt. A company's ad spend is probably anywhere from 1 to 4% of their revenue. So if a company makes $5 billion a year,
Hello.
imagine your ad spend being 200 million. Don't be afraid to ask for that number. I could have easily got that.
Easily,
That's
6
why I'm
figures was
looking.
the surface. Insane.
They got to get rid of it too for taxes.
Hey, they budgeted.
So many reasons.
Yep.
So,
Jayo,
Q4, actually, I will say also another tidbit. Q4 is also a high potent time for brands.
that's
to
when they
pay
have
off.
to balance everything.
They
Yeah.
have to dump money. So start hitting them up now, like September, October, August. Like, prepping for Q4, they're gonna have to dump money anyway.
Yeah,
That's a high business tactic right there.
big brain shit.
He gets it, bro.
Yep. Either use it or lose it.
Use it or lose it. Use it or pay 20% on it.
Oh yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Jayo, what is your most controversial opinion you have about content right now?
Controversial opinion about content. Wow. Damn. Quality over quantity. I don't know. Controversial. Dang. I feel like
That's kind of that's kind of the citizen lane. He said, "quote I'm miffed by the advice to post more." I don't know why that word.
He said miffed.
It stuck. I'll never forget that he said miffed.
I forgot about it.
Yeah, I'm kind of miffed by the thought of post so much.
Yeah, I mean, I think it is important to do quality over quantity. I think also controversial. I don't know about controversial, but like unique, maybe. I don't know. If you could, don't be afraid of rinse and repeat on trial reels, I guess.
We'll take that. We cannot hear that enough.
Yeah.
None of y'all are doing that, and you need to. So that's good. Jayo, what's your toxic trait creatively?
My toxic trait creatively is that I. These should have been pre-thought. All right, creatively, that's toxic. What is toxic about me? I mean, I have so many thoughts that I'm like, I don't think that's toxic enough, but maybe it is. All right, let me just say, I'm very much a collaborator, and so sometimes I will get lazy on some parts of like doing things because I'm like, okay, this is someone else's job. Is that toxic? I guess, but I'm a very good delegator. I'm a point guard at heart.
Yeah, you could see it as delegating, you know what I mean, and smart, or you could see it as lazy. That's why. No, that's an interesting one. I think it's a
Some
great
people
answer.
see it as lazy, what's funny? Like I actually it's funny. Most of my videos I don't edit because I will delegate the time, but I create, I co-edit, or I will oversee the edit, or like I will give all the feedback because I know how to edit. But do I have 4 hours to spend on that video? No. And like,
Sounds
that's
smart
just
to me.
my life. So I guess it's toxic to some people. They're like, oh, you don't spend your time on your own videos. And I'm like, well, I'm making it work.
The key is that the key is that you know how to do the job that you're hiring for. I think a lot of people hire for jobs that they don't know how to do themselves, and it makes it harder.
Oh yeah, for sure. Like if I didn't understand what masking was, I mean, my editors would have a hard time. But like if I didn't understand what was happening in the video, like
Ben still has no idea how the words get behind our heads in our intros. He just doesn't.
Yeah, like I know how it works. I just don't have time.
My life is perfectly fine right now.
Yeah, you don't need
guys.
to. It's fine.
I love my life without knowing how the words get behind you.
You don't need to know masking. Let's move on.
My toxic trait is I always want to be the first in music to do something.
First mover, shaker, mover and shaker.
Yeah,
all right.
that's good.
Jayo, you've just been appointed the supreme leader of the music industry with the power to do anything. What is your first order of business?
In the music industry?
Anything.
You want something toxic or?
I just want to know if you took control of the music industry today, what would you do first?
Oh, ban AI.
Banned.
Wow.
Like you can't even generate it. There's not even generators.
I mean, just no AI music for sure. Like especially 100% made. But like even then, it's just like it's not. I don't think at the end of the road, it's not going to serve us. We don't need more people dropping songs. It went from like what 20,000 to 100,000. Now it's like 400,000, 700,000 a day. It's ridiculous.
Is that the latest?
So not even like silo them over here, just like make it illegal.
You can have your own AI app, I guess. Like let it stay on Suno, no distributing it on like Spotify.
Yeah,
and, like,
I could see that. Yeah, that I like.
Yeah, it's just like why are we competing with people that spent years working on their craft for you to just prompt up a song that steals from them in 2 seconds? Like no, let's not.
And it's a pro rata system, shared royalty pool. Anyway, let's not get into that right now. That
very
is a rabbit hole.
complex. It's very complex.
Jayo, pitch us a brand right now that you want to write a song for next.
Man, a brand that I want to write a song for next. I mean, the first one comes to mind. It's funny, I've written for them before, but it was through an agency, so it wasn't really like that good. But PacSun, I've been loving PacSun's clothes. But another brand I would love to write for, I would say, is like Nike.
Okay.
Just do it.
Do you have any like ideas on what the song might be about?
Bring the basketball theme back.
Victory.
Yeah.
Ooh.
That's right in their lane. You've thought about this.
He has one, I think. He's probably already written one.
Triumph, dude. Yeah, I feel like he's pitching us a song right now. He's promoting a song right now without us knowing it.
Yep, he's that good.
Genius.
I'm writing in the back of my head right now.
Okay.
Love it.
Have you guys heard of Ed Sheeran doing that stuff?
Doing what specifically
particular?
stuff?
He can write while like having a full on.
Oh, so he's just not listening to whoever he's talking
He's
to.
half tuned in, half writing.
Blanco talks about it. Quick story. Benny Blanco talks about how like they were writing a song before he he does these huge stadiums. They're writing a song, and then like he goes out, performs, comes back. He's like, okay, I have the bridge written. While he was on stage, mind you, he's doing Luther stuff and all the guitar playing and singing, and he literally, it's so robotic for him. He could write another song in his head.
That's amazing, dude.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah, Ed's a beast.
Ed's
like,
insane.
He's next level.
Yeah.
That's a dream open.
Yeah.
Last one of the short answer. I don't have any research on if he uses curse words or not, but I always ask it, so I'm asking it anyway. What is your favorite curse word?
Probably fuck.
Hey! I was like,
You're such an actor, bro. Oh my god, man.
I like probably fuck. Yeah,
Such a fucking comedic actor, man.
Who said that? Was it
That was Miranda Cosgrove.
Miranda Cosgrove? Yeah, it was close. I was close. Yeah.
No, but actually, like, for a while, I didn't know, like, shit was a bad word.
That's my
I think it
favorite.
was, like, the only word, like, that was kind of allowed in my family. Just, like, but, like, not allowed. I just think, like, I always said it and never really knew it was a curse word.
You don't keep it in the music too much, though, I feel like.
That's a curse word.
Is that like a brand positioning move? I feel like your music's relatively clean.
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, I personally, like, I prefer to make clean music because I want to make music for everybody. I want to make music for kids, adults. What does John Bellion say? The Disney approach,
Yeah.
For adults. So, yeah, I mean, I don't know. I just feel like a lot of the cursing is out of laziness. Like,
filler.
So it's like I want to say something, and especially if I don't have to curse, I don't want to curse. Like, I don't mind if someone else curses on my songs, whatever. But I mean, I prefer not.
The next song you write, I want you to include the most perfectly placed intentional fuck that you could even possibly come up with.
I'll do it as a challenge, just out of curiosity.
Make it as intentional as possible. Be sick.
What is an intentional way of using it?
I don't know, like the beat drops at an intense moment and you just say it. I don't know, man.
In general, I'm more about like positive vibes. I want to bring joy to the world. That's my mission on it.
Fucking be positive.
Exactly.
Stop trying to convince him to curse in his
all right,
music,
yeah, you're right.
bro.
Let's move on. You're right.
You're really lobbying for this.
Next section is the this or that. Let's pick it. Rapid fire Rampage. Let's go. This will be quicker. I'm just going to give you two choices. You pick the one that stands out the most to you. Here we go. Starting with drums or melodies?
Melodies.
The song or the content around it?
The song.
TikTok skit or Instagram reel?
I like Instagram.
Land a brand deal or sell out a headline show?
Sell out a headline show.
Free placement that blows up or a check that nobody sees?
That's a hard. Oh, that's a tough one. I'm dealing with
money now or exposure now?
I'll tell you that much. That is a tough one. Wow.
Good.
I think in this point of my career, I'll take the placement.
Yeah.
I think it'll help more.
Because you can pay the rent.
Yeah, well, the placement of seeing, like getting more seen.
Yeah.
Because if I can afford rent right now, yes. If I couldn't afford rent, I'll take that.
Right.
But I think in this point in my career, it's like I'm trying to get more like the artist career moving. So
exposure.
That placement,
Yeah.
It could be the next Juice, or I keep bringing up Lizzo, but like that was a big placement for the movie or whatever.
Yeah.
Facts.
Yeah.
Silly song that pops or serious song that sits?
Dealing with that. At this point in my career, a serious song.
Yeah. You've done the guac.
That impacts the right 100 people.
Love that. Ranch or blue cheese?
You said what?
Ranch or blue cheese?
Oh, ranch. Oh, I hate blue cheese.
Own your masters or win a Grammy?
Ooh. On your masters.
Books or podcasts?
Podcast. I don't even know why I hesitated.
Me neither, to be honest with you. Me neither. Most people can't stand you or nobody's ever heard of you?
Nobody's never heard of me. I could change that.
Ooh, you can't like.
He kind of flipped that
you
on its
can't
head.
make people then
Change their
stand
mind.
you.
It's
Yeah,
harder.
like, yeah,
You might be able
once,
to.
Once people can't stand you, that's a very
Hard to change
aggressive
it.
stance.
That's big
Yeah,
brain.
yeah.
Last one of this or that. Become a full-time jingle writer or leave the music industry forever.
Full-time jingle writer.
Let's go.
He's like seriously considering a
It's
full-time
already- yeah.
jingle writer. Like,
Yeah.
That was like a dream, kind of like. I was
I
like,
know.
oh,
I
And
can tell.
I wrote this question before. You said that earlier, by the way. I just want to point that out.
That's
It's kind of insane. So, okay, last section. This is the word association. Jayo, I'm just going to say one word. All I need you to do is give me the first word that you think of right back off the top of your head. You're not judged on your answers. You're only judged on speed. Here we go. Starting with content.
Kyle.
Viral.
Yes.
Guac.
Guacamole.
Khalid.
Scared I'm gonna say some shit. No,
Oh, that's great. You're not supposed to think. Just let it flow. Khalid.
Muhammad. I don't know.
what? It's hilarious. Keep going.
It's the first words coming to my mind.
This is great. This is great.
LA.
It's palm tree.
Red flag.
Matador.
Free.
Falling.
Paid.
My dues.
Super fan.
Love it.
Anti.
Rebel.
Oh wow, he forgot about the album he just dropped last month.
You forgot about the brand new album.
This has been Jayo.
Jayo.
Holy shit. That debut album, 60 singles later, really skipped over his head.
Go straight antidepressants.
Word.
No, you did great. I just am shocked that the setup didn't work.
Seriously, thank you for coming on the podcast.
Incredible
man.
episode,
Incredible
man.
episode.
Holy
Thank you,
shit.
thank you. We're here each and every motherfucking week, y'all.
Guys, if you haven't liked, commented, and subscribed by now with this Jayo interview, I don't know what the hell we can do for you.
Until next time, what are we doing?
Getting out of here.
Getting out of here. Peace, y'all.
Bye-bye.
Appreciate y'all.